What's going on? This is Alan Brown, aka Bully the Kid. Same day, doing a lot of recording at one time because I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it over the break. So, uh, trying to put together a lot of concept, a lot of ideas for y'all to have content, stuff to make y'all thinking about while I'm actually doing this vacation and stuff. But the subject for this particular video is I'm just starting out on bass. I want to buy some equipment. What do you suggest? Right? So we'll give this might be a longer video, so you know what I'm saying, y'all bear with me. Um let's talk about the budget, right? And we're gonna do it all encompassing, that type of stuff. We're gonna do I have a budget of $500. Okay. I have a budget of $1,000. Okay. And then I have a budget of $2,000. So three different levels. We're going to do bass and amp, all that good stuff as a package all together. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this, and this is just my personal opinion. This is my experience so far. Combo amps, which are basically the amplifier as a part of the bass cabinet. Those are called combo amps, just in case you didn't know. Combo amps, for the sake of being economically feasible, they do generally cost less money than having separate detached amp head cabinet combinations and stuff. So we're going to look at it from first the combo amp situation with the bass type of deal. And I'm going grassroots. You're a broke high school kid and you want to get into playing music with your friends. What do you do? What can you do? What do you need? What brands do I suggest? So we're talking, you're just starting, don't have any money, don't have really much skill. All you know is Bully the Kid on Instagram, right? By the way, follow my Instagram, bully_the_kid. What would I suggest? Okay, so let's first talk about the actual instrument. Okay, and the ceiling is $500. That's for the bass amp and the guitar or bass. So ceiling is $500. So you're trying to save money as much as you can and get your best bang for your buck the best way you possibly can. So this is what I would suggest. I would go to Glarry Inc. and pick up one of these Glarry basses. They have jazz basses and P basses. They both go for $75 normally. They're coming out with 5 strings. Glarry, if y'all watching, hit your boy up. But they normally go for $75, and sometimes you can catch them on sale for even cheaper than that. So maybe $69, $65 for a bass guitar. It's your first bass, and it's a pretty solid instrument. It's not gonna have much resale value, but it is a good solid instrument. Does sound good out of the box. May have to do a little setup on it, but for $75, doing real good there. If you wanted to pay a little bit more money, you can go SX. Do the SX bass. I think those usually run like $149 to about $225 for the nicer wood combinations and stuff like that. You can do that if you're more comfortable with it. All these basses I'm talking about are on my channel in videos. So if you're wondering what they sound like and stuff like that, you could go after this video, go and check out what I was talking about. And then, so that's the basis. So let's say you go with the Glarry bass. You go with a Glarry P bass, okay? Pretty solid all around. It's gonna give you a groove. Your pocket is got a nice deep tone to it, stuff like that. And then let's now talk about amps. So now, out of the $500, now you have right around $400. So what are we looking at? So there are a lot of different amplifier companies that are out there that you can go with. You have your Ampeg, you have your Fender, you have your Galen Kruger, you have your, I think Mark Bass is a little bit too out of the price range, especially at $400. But there are, you have your Bagheera, that type of stuff. There are companies out there that are specially catered for this type of situation. companies I would suggest, I would go and check out Fender Rumble, the Rumble series, the Rumble 200 specifically. I think that's $399, and they may put you over a little bit, but depending on where you go, you might be able to price match or haggle at a lower price so you can stay under that $500 window. Aside from that, there is Bagheera. I know they do a 15, and I think it's like $249 or so, like that. I think it's a kickback 15 as well. Ampeg actually puts out, I think they do a 15 for like $349 or something like that. It's been a while since I've been in Guitar Center, but I think they do it for $349. And at the same price point, $349, you can go and get a TC Electronic. I think you can get a 12-inch or I believe that's right. Don't quote me, but I think you can get a 12-inch speaker, like a 250. I think it's a BG 250 for right around $349 to do that little ceiling. And then it gives you tone print. That's the TC Electronic. It gives you tone print, so you get to do some kind of amp modeling, or, you know, throw in some type of chorus, delay, flanger, all those little tasty things from your phone. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? So that takes care of the 500 window. That's what I would suggest, that whole situation. So if you didn't understand that, go back a little ways. And I know I'm trying to ramble, so I'm not talking for 30 minutes, but that's what I would do. Now we're talking the 500 to 1,000 range, right? So now a little bit more money, so you can invest a little bit more bread into what you're doing. What I would suggest you do, we're going to upgrade the axe. I'm going to go with a Sire M2. And the one I'm going to go at is any colorway you want. But the M2, I think for a 4-string, I think it's like $349 or $329. I think that's right. $50 more for actual nice case. Like I got like 7 of them or whatever. Actual nice case that provide pretty good protection and stuff. Can't throw it off a roof, but you know, travel and put it in your car, you're good to go. All right, so your ceiling is 1,000, right? I'm gonna go with the M2 5-string. That's me. So this is $429 for something like that, right? You could do that, or this Allen Eden right here. This will be a good value for you as well. You can get this one for $439, and it comes with a hard shell case that I use, and it's a really nice hard shell case. You can get that off of Reverb. So this particular Allen Eden bass right here cost me like $400. Came with a case, and sounds great. Sounds phenomenal. It's a really hot, really nice combo. I would pair that with I probably would go back to, I go back to Fender Rumble, I go Fender Rumble 500, and I think that's $599, and that caps you out right there. But you have the power to push there. So I would do that. Or you can still go the Ampeg 210. I think those are $499, the combos. And the TC Electronic comes back in as a 15. And that's pretty stout. You still have all the same little fancy tone print stuff, whatever's with that. So yeah, those are two that I would suggest. So you have the two different combinations. You have the Sire M2, which is at $400, and then you have the Allen Eden, which is at the same price point, except it comes with a hard shell case already. And you get this from Reverb, SireUSA.com. So $400 there. The Fender Rumble 500 or the Ampeg Scrambler 210. I think that's $499 as well, or $599. Either way, it's gonna cap you out. And then the TC Electronic, if you want to save like $170, you go in for the I think it's $349 for that. So you can do that. All right, so let's go to the big daddy of them all, the ceiling. I'm the cream of the crop and I got extra bread, and let's get it. What would I get? And I'm finna gig with it, and I want it to look good, sound good, feel good. You got $2,000 and I'm gonna save you money. I would go Sire P7. Of course, it won't look like this. I did this myself. But Sire P7, you can do, I think they're going for like $600, $700. I think I got this one for $549 like years ago, before they like raised up and did the second generation stuff. It was the first gen. So that's like $600, $700 right there. I would then go and look at the GK combos, the Glarry and Kruger combos. That's going to move you into the more modern bass sound type stuff. And that'll probably set you back around $700. There are other companies that you can throw in the fray, like, you know, Mark Bass. They're usually like $1,000 bass amp type company, depending on what you're looking for. You can throw in so basically I'm trying to think of all the power people. So Mark Bass, acoustic, they're cool for their bottom end type stuff. Fenders, I feel like Fender, as far as saving money and giving you performance, they have the best bang per buck right now. I haven't got my chance to play the GK Legacy series yet, and I haven't got a chance to dabble with any of the stuff like that, but I've played the Fender Rumble 500 and then the Stage 800. So I would go the Sire, this is your 2000, and I'm gonna save you money. The Sire P7 for $700, and then the Stage 800 for, I think it's $799. So you got both of them around about $1,500, save $400. That's one thing you can do. You can go, I mean, you can do a lot. When you have $2,000, you can do a lot of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back. So only thing I'm gonna change about those different tiers, I'm gonna go from combo amp to separate amp combinations. What can you rock with? Good stuff that I played with. The Glarry and Kruger 1001 RB, I think is a Mark III. Very solid amp. Sounds extremely good, especially paired with the speakers that's supposed to be paired with it. I think they're neodymium speakers. I've had it. I've played with it at a church. Maybe one day when I make it in this YouTube game, I'll be able to buy that and then have an Aguilar head and have a whole GK setup and stuff. Shout out to K-Bass 1914. He's endorsed by him. He's a phenomenal bass player, and he's a Sigma. So, yeah. So maybe one day that'll happen. But 1001 RB head paired with the either the 212 situation or the 410. You're gonna be stout either way. So both of those probably gonna run you around $1,400, $1,300, depending on if you can catch them on deal or so. I think the head's like $649. You can get it at Reverb, and then the cab is probably like $500 or so. So it's probably like $500 to $700, depends on what you're getting. I know the 412 is like $1,100, so it's got to be at least half of that. So I'm gonna assume it's like $600 for that as well. So $1,200 for the combination of the two. That's a solid situation. The Fender, like I keep going back to Fender Rumble, but they came out with I think it's a 700 watt head. So I think it's like a Fender Rumble 700 or Fender Rumble 800 or something like that. But it's a head, so it has all the same circuitry, just more power behind it, more beef. Put that on top of a 410, on top of a 15, you pumping right there. So it's there's just different levels, different combinations of what you're doing. Me, personally, I have this Trace Elliott Elf, like for Like if I have like a practice gig or whatever, I'll take this with my boom bass cabinets, and it does the trick. And it doesn't. I mean, it's 200 watts and a 4 ohms. I only need 200 for a house. Like I don't have to blow anybody out, so that's more than what I need for a gig. Just put this in the backpack, and then carry my boom bass cabinet in with my bass on my other shoulder. We're in the game. So that works. And then for here, this is a Tone Hammer 350 because I didn't need a 500 because it's just my room. And I got it for 200 bucks. Can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? And then this cabinet started out as a Carvin cabinet, a red line. And I just changed all the components out from Seismic Audio to here. So I use Seismic Audio 10s, Jolt 10s. And then I have I think it's a Pile tweeter with an attenuator switch on it that I can control the sparkle, resonance, frequency, all that stuff. Of course, I have it dialed all the way up because I want all the funk. I need all the funk that I can possibly get out of it. So that's my home setup situation. So yeah, we talked 3 different tiers, 3 different packages. Let me also talk about the pros and cons of the combo versus the separate attachment like this. The pro of the combo is it's cheaper usually. It's usually cheaper. There is usually easily more portable because there's less things you have to carry with you. Depends on how big your gig bag is. And some bass heads are big. You can't just fit them in a gig bag. So that's different pieces that you got to carry. And you're trying to be portable. You got to move after the gig is over with. You got to get out of there, get your money. So portability is a big thing with that. So the combo is going to be more portable. The biggest plus to having a separate head and cabinet situation is if one component goes down, it's cheaper to swap it out to get a different component. Like if my head goes down, like if my amp head breaks, I can still use my bass cab. I could just get another amp head, and it's probably going to be cheaper than the whole combo situation to get it replaced and stuff like that. But you lose some type of portability sometimes. And it's a trade-off that you have. Which one is more important and stuff. So for me in this juncture right now, this is a stationary cab. This chill, like this is at my last church, and it just stayed up there. That's a stationary situation. And that was fine. But like when I gigged around at the time this was up there, I had my Stage 800 and I was, moving it around town, doing what I got to do. Put it on top of my boom bass cabinets and stuff. And then, made it happen how I could. My phone is about to die, and hopefully y'all didn't see it dim out and all that stuff. But yeah, I feel like that was a lot of information I packed into 18 minutes or so. If y'all have any questions or if y'all enjoyed content like this, let me know in the comments below. Like, I appreciate all the feedback. It's all a pleasure. I love talking to y'all. And yeah, every Sunday, bass hang at 7 p.m. I am slowing down on drinking, so it won't be awkward at times. My apologies there. Me going back looking at myself like, oh, you just out here, ain't you? You just out here, just sad. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for rocking with me, and I will see y'all in the next video. Till then, y'all be easy.